Hello, comrades, and welcome back to Ushanka Show. Здравствуйте, дорогие товарищи. В эфире программа Ushanka Show. You're listening to Ushanka Show. My name is Sergey, and I was born in the USSR. Меня зовут Сергей, и я был рожден в Советском Союзе. Today we are returning back to the cruise diaries of the angry Soviet wife, the cruise that happened in 1978. When last time we left Nellie, she was in Dublin, Ireland, and now she is in Marseille, France. Several of my viewers noticed that I posted the wrong map in the end of the last video about this cruise, and I want to apologize for that. It's my old KGB habit of once in a while to drop off some kind of disinformation and to judge the reaction. So good job for those who paid attention and noticed that map was incorrect. Some people also questioned, did it make any sense to travel from Ireland to France all the way around the Iberian Peninsula and go into Marseille? But this is what happened. Last time Nelly wrote date of October 29 when she was in Dublin, and next is October 31st when she arrived to Marseille. So they traveled 2 days by sea all the way around Spain through Gibraltar and into Mediterranean Sea. It's kind of strange, but that's how they went. So it seems as they spent in France 5 days from October 31st to November 4th. So her first line is October 31st. And she wants to talk about their guide. So they have a new guide now in France, in Marseille. A couple words about our guide, Lucy. She's 45, homely, but very sweet, and speaks Russian. She is from Paris. Her dad left Russia in 1905. So when the first revolution happened in 1905, and then October Socialist Revolution happened 12 years later in 1917. So her father was Russian and mother French lady from Paris. I'm talking French now. And she still has Russian last name, Timokhina. Then she continues. Once again, they allow us to dock the last. So sounds like maybe in Ireland they had a similar problem. And she says, once again, because of the strike in the port. I learned that trash collectors in Paris are also on strike. Lucie was constantly apologizing that during our tour, streets being cleaned by soldiers. Also, bakers are on strike, so there is hardly any bread. But it's so delicious, I still remember its flavor. So I told you many times that I thought that Soviet bread back in the good old days was delicious, but apparently she found French bread also very delicious. Then she continues about the meal. So they said the bread is on the table in the special boxes that we call chlebnica, so like bread box. So before they bring soup or meat, we will eat all the bread already. I was very shocked with their salads. They're just giant leaves, which I think the same way. It's really bizarre. Like we like our salads, diced really in small pieces. But here it said the leaves are huge, like lapuchi, that's the plant, has the giant leaves. And over it is a mayo or other uksus, can't think the word right now. So all the other salad dressings and salt. And they put that salad on the tables in the giant plates. Eat as much as you want. Then Nelly continues. So we're riding on not very nice buses. It's interesting detail. So French buses she wasn't impressed with. To Diane. It's very pretty outside. We talk about prices. Once again, they care a lot about salaries and the cost of food, cost of rent, and stuff like that. So we're talking again about prices. Jobs and pay depends of the job givers, работодатель, for the employer. Work week is 5 days, 8 hours each day. Young people having a hard time to find a job because they don't have any recommendations. Babysitter costs 700-800 francs, I assume, per month. You can get a pension if you're sick all the time, so it's like a sick leave, but you can get retired if you're too sick to work. Movie theater ticket, 16 francs. Theater from 40 to 100 francs. It's kind of funny because Nelly just jumps from topic to topic. Now she writes that candy is just amazing, huge selection. So she just totally in love with the French sweets. We stopped for lunch. There were long tables with a bunch of food items on it. Wine and bottles with water called Calvados and Capucin. Water was in very pretty bottles. Here I would like to pause for a second because I had exactly similar experience in Germany in the early 90s. You see, in Soviet Union, we didn't have a water for sale at all. We only had mineral water, and the bottles were really like bland, just a basic glass bottle with the label like Borjomi or Truskavets mineral water. So when I saw waters like mineral water in Germany, they looked so amazing to me because they looked so pretty, beautiful labels, but then I had a taste and it tastes exactly the same. So I was like, my goodness, so life in Germany or life in France, like it looks so pretty, but if you have a taste of it, it tastes exactly the same. Okay, and now back to the cruise diary. Now listen very careful. This is amazing part. I actually chuckled here. So she said that the bottles with water were very pretty. So many guys sat right next to them because they thought it was vodka. So they see these pretty bottles with clear liquid, and what the Russian people think, or Soviet people? Vodka. So they sat right next to them. They were all excited that they can get drunk. Then Nelly continues. They brought us 4 kinds of cheeses, and several had mold all over it. It was very stinky, nasty stuff. So curiously enough, in November of 1978, just a little historical detail for you guys, Mikhail Gorbachev was elected as a Secretary of Central Committee of Communist Party of Soviet Union in charge of the agriculture. So while she is in France, in November 1978, Mikhail Gorbachev made his first large, big step towards to become a leader of the Soviet Union. 70 years later? I think it was 1985 is when he was elected. So it looks like they were riding buses all the way from Marseille to Paris. That's quite a trip. So she really liked French roads, said the 3-lane roads, beautiful, smooth, not a single hole, not a rock. It feels like you ride on glass. But you have to pay for crossing bridges, and you have to pay for driving on the roads, so toll roads. We finally arrived to Paris. It's so beautiful here. We're gonna live in a Hotel Astoria. Our place has 2 rooms and a bathroom. The bathroom is totally awesome. Has a large window across the whole wall. Beautiful faucets and other cool stuff. So we just dropped our things and went to restaurant. More because we were curious than hungry. Ordered wine, orange juice, and some meat. Everything looks beautiful, matching dishes and cups. And we ate, and we were free till midnight to do whatever we want. First time in such a long time. Just go and enjoy yourself. So it sounds like they had a curfew at midnight. It's at 24 hours, so it's first time in a long time to let them just roam free the streets of Paris. November 4. Today I was so tired that I passed out while riding the bus. We've been all over the Paris, had breakfast in one hotel, lunch in a different hotel, and for the rest of the time just look around and listen. So there on the bus, sounds like riding all over Paris, checking out sights. Every evening they gave us fruits. I was always addicted to oranges, but now I'm tired of eating them, and my bag is full of oranges, apples, and bananas. So interesting details. Besides eating a lot of the fruits, she also packed in her bag to take home to Ukraine of oranges, apples, and bananas. I give your father meat and give me his fruits. And every day I'm in my dreams feed you with oranges and talking to you. So that's now she's talking to her daughter. I feel like I was here forever. Everything is mixed up and I'm very, very tired from this kaleidoscope. Every country is like some kind of fairy tale. France especially shocked me. I read a lot about it and I thought I knew a lot about it, but turned out I didn't know a thing. Advertising is everywhere. It's overwhelming. And dogs. I love tiny dogs with a round face, tiny nose, and tiny eyes. Can tell you what dog she's talking about. They're very pretty, all different colors. A lot of furry ones too. Just want to come close to them and give them a hug. Now there's another really interesting, funny part. So she writes, we walk around the city, so they're doing window shopping again, and we hit our foreheads with the shop windows. I hope it translated correctly. So she said, they're so clean and there's so much stuff behind those windows that we forgot there's a glass. So they're like, oh, whoa, look, and they bam, hit their head on the glass. On the street where we live, they sell meat and poultry. Meat is done so nicely like a artist did it. It's actually not disgusting to look at it. You can't really look at our meat, but here it's a real masterpiece. There are different stores on the street. They got groceries, they got clothing, they got hardware stores, they sell cosmetics and everything else, including antiques. And it's this tiny back street. We were supposed to see Benedictine. I'm not sure what she's talking about. Sounds like maybe some kind of show in theater. But since the workers of the port still on strike, they made our stay shorter. People, my guess she's talking about local French people, brought us souvenirs, magazines, postcards, badges, mirror, a bottle of rum. So we're saying goodbye. A lot of people are crying. We're not gonna do our main shopping in England. I'm bringing you apple from Paris. It's very delicious. Well, goodbye, friends. They pushed us out of country 8 hours earlier, but thanks anyways. Tomorrow morning, we're gonna see England. I was waiting for that moment since I was a child. And my guess is, since most people in Soviet Union studied English language, a lot of it was studying English using London. Like, London is the capital of the Great Britain, and then Trafalgar Square, and all these, like, most famous places in London, Big Ben and everything, that was in our books, in our school books, textbooks of English. So for me, it was amazing. When I was in England and I was in London, it was like finally you see with your own eyes what you studied for years in school. So maybe that's the reason why she's talking, waiting for England from childhood. She's probably talking also about her lessons of English. Alright, so our next video will cover visit of London, England, November 5 to November 9. After that will be Copenhagen, Helsinki, back to Leningrad, Moscow, and Voroshilovgrad. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. We'll talk to you soon. До свидания. Goodbye. Hey, by the way, the cool merch for cool comrades is available at the Ushanka store at teespring.com.
О, все, поехало. Да, видео есть.
Yo, my American friends, this is you watch part 1. To be continued part 2. Happy New Year 2020. Ew. Stop.
Hello, American friends. We know Russia is their man. Happy New Year!
No fucking demo, full fucking shit. Russia loving America. We your friends. We love you.
And if you love my channel and would like to show your support, please click on the link below this video and become the patron of the Ushanka Show. For as little as $1, you can help us grow and create the new, interesting videos about the life in Soviet